Daily Shiz with me, Roxy Simpson, and our special guest today, Stephen Ross. And boy, what a show we have for you today. First off, we'll be jetting off to Paris with the fabulous Enrico, checking out today's hottest trends. And also, we have a special treat for you today, but not one, but two fabulous special guests. We'll also be checking out sports, music, films, and today's weather. So first up, we have Enrico all the way from Paris with this season's do's and don'ts.
Hey, I'm Gokawan. I'm in the city of Paris. Oh my god, this city is so amazing. It's fashion heaven for everybody and everybody. Well, I've been to the Louis Vuitton shops. Oh my god, they have so many nice things. And I also got these glasses in like a Louis Vuitton shop. They're so awesome. And also, I've got my Frappuccino here and I'm all set. Well, this has been Fashion 2010 and I'm in Paris, the city of fashion. It's amazing. As you can see, I'm standing behind the Eiffel Tower and it's amazing, folks. I love Paris. I actually want to move here. Well, New York is like so much better, but Paris is like amazing. Well, this year has been a year of so many amazing things. Well, Ugg boots, tight jeans, leggings, everything. It's been such an amazing year. And I'm so proud to be a fashion reporter. I am so proud. And I look like one, so I'm happy. Well, folks, this has been Gokawana talking about fashion. Good night.
Wasn't that fabulous? And isn't he fabulous? Okay, next up we have the blue and beautiful Lindsay Gibson interviewing Lady Gaga. So, over to you, Lindsay.
Thanks, Roxy. I'm Lindsay and I'm here with your music news today. The final batch of Teen Park tickets went on sale today and every single ticket sold out within 90 minutes. Dundee-based band The View hit headlines this week for hijacking a bus on the way home from a wedding. Reports say they tried to take over the wheel after a fight broke out on the bus. The world has been taken by storm this week with the new Lady Gaga and Beyonce video. The 9-minute long video is so graphic that some music channels have refused to show it. Rumour has it Beyonce was so shocked with the initial script that she was going to refuse to take part. I caught up with Lady Gaga earlier on to see what her side of the story was. Hello Lady Gaga, thanks for joining me today. Okay, now I'm loving your outfit. Take me through, was that your own creation?
A designer never reveals her secrets. It was actually the design of this guy. We met in Milan and he was a fashion designer, obviously. We had a bit of a whirlwind romance because I wanted his loving and I wanted his romance. Turns out it was bad, so I had to put on my poker face so the rest of the world couldn't tell.
Okay, fair enough. Now take us through your new video for Telephone. What inspired you to do that?
I just got high on some shit and winged it. It was like when I was at this club and like I felt myself wanting towards the bar. Like my heart was going to the bar and I left my head on the dance floor. So, and then I got my idea.
Okay. Yeah, so what was it like to work with one of the biggest pop stars in the world, Beyonce? What was she like to work with?
Little Monsters. Gaga, oh la la, gaga, rum mama, la la, ooh gaga.
Well, that was an interesting interview. Back to the studio.
Well, that was a lovely and feminine Lady Gaga. Swiftly moving on, 2010 has been the year for movies, with releases such as Avatar, Alice in Wonderland, but really, are the new movies in comparison to the old movies? Next up we have the very, very cool, but not as cool as me, TD telling us all about his favourite film.
There have been many great films made, for example, American Beauty, The Great Escape and The Godfather. But which film really is the greatest? In my opinion, the greatest film ever made is Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction was released in 1994 and is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. The film has an all-star cast, including John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Ving Rhames and Uma Thurman, just to name a few. The basic storyline of the movie revolves around two hitmen, Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield, who are attempting to retrieve a briefcase for the boss, Marcellus Wallace. Along the way, certain events are put in their way, such as Vincent having to take the boss's wife out while he's away. along with boxer Butch Coolidge trying to screw over their boss, along with being robbed at gunpoint by Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. The script itself is completely original and could only have come from the creative mastermind that is Quentin Tarantino, although he does try to add elements of other movies that inspired him in the traditional form of an homage. In conclusion, if you have never seen this movie and want to witness something completely original and classic in every sense of the word, then go and watch it. You will not be disappointed.
And welcome back to the Daily Shiz. If you've just joined in, where have you been? But don't worry, we still have a great lineup of stuff for you today. Recently, I caught up with the fabulous Monica to talk about her new movie. So, over to it. Hi Monica, thanks for joining us today on the Daily Shiz. So, tell us about your new movie.
Do you not already know? It's very unprofessional.
Well, obviously, I know, but for the fans out there.
Well, if they're so-called fans, then they'll know about my film.
Okay, for the people that quite aren't yet your fans.
Who isn't a fan? Well, basically, I'm an undercover agent, disguised as a cowboy, living in New York. That's all you really need to know.
Great! So, you were voted Best Female Actress of All Time by FHM. How do you feel about this award?
Well, obviously they got it right this time. I mean, Halle Berry for the last 3 years in a row. She's not an actress. I am an actress.
Great, so, in the future, who would you like to perform with on screen?
Well, it's more like who would want to perform with me, but very interested in the new talent out there. I want to get out there. I want to work with everybody. I got my eye on the Jonas Brothers. Would really like to work with them. Yeah.
Well, the Jonas Brothers certainly are cute. So, on screen you were lovers with Zac Efron. Are the rumours true that Vanessa is out the picture and you and Zac are making a love musical of your own?
How dare you? How dare you bring that up? This has nothing to do with it. Where's my agent and where's my Diet Coke? I asked for it 5 minutes ago. This is really unprofessional. This is so... Do you know... I want my agent!
And that was lovely Monica. And that was lovely Monica Schwahowski with her new film, The Agent Cowgirl, that's out on April 3rd. In other news, with Sports Relief coming up, we sent our reporter Grant over to the Mulberry Dance Studios to find out the latest gossip on the Dance for Sports Relief world.
Thank you, Roxy. In the latest dance news, two of the music world's hottest stars have been given a run for their money, courtesy of British comics Rufus Hound and Katie Brand. Last week, Let's Dance for Sport Relief aired, and it was 41-year-old Rufus's rendition of Fight for This Love that earned him the public's vote and ultimately the competition's crown. It was a similar story for Katie, who worked her magic on the stage to Beyonce's Single Ladies. In other news, Sharon and Kelly Osbourne have recently reported they will not be appearing on Strictly Come Dancing in 2010. Kelly, who finished an impressive third on the US dance show Dancing with the Stars, has taken to Twitter to deny she will not be repeating her experience on the show's British counterpart. Kelly tweeted, I'm not doing Strictly Come Dancing with the UK. I don't know where that came from.
Thanks, Grant. That was great. So keeping in the sports field, we've got our very own Stephen Ross with the sports news. Over to you, Stephen.
Thank you, Roxy. And now on to sport. Manchester United made it 5 wins in a row on Sunday with a defeat over rivals Liverpool. Fernando Torres opened the score for Liverpool, but in-form striker Wayne Rooney equalised after rebounding from the penalty spot, and an unlikely goalscorer Park Ji-sung made it 2-1 for the Red Devils. This moves Manchester United top of the league on 69 points with 9 games remaining. Chelsea were unable to close the gap on Manchester United, with only earning a point at Ewood Park against Blackburn. Didier Drogba struck early on, but El Hadji Diouf scored with 20 minutes remaining. Sam Allardyce claimed that it's the best he has ever seen his side play since he took charge, and he was overjoyed by his team. On to Scottish football now, and Rangers beat St Mirren in the CIS Cup. Rangers were reduced to 9 men, with
Thompson and Wilson being sent off, but Kenny Miller struck late on to earn cup glory for Rangers. Walter Smith claimed his side were lucky to defeat St Mirren, who put up a really good fight. Also in Scotland, Heart of Midlothian beat rivals Hibs.
Thanks, Stephen. And yes, I have done something with my hair. Anyway, next up we've got the amazing Callum with the weather. Here's hoping it's all sunglasses and barbecues. Over to you, Callum.
That's great. Okay, well, the very first thing you'll notice is that over London there's a massive thunderstorm brewing. We can expect a lot of lightning and a lot of rain. This repeats itself up the country. There'll be a lot of rain as you go through Manchester, through Birmingham, up the country basically, up to the north of England, where you'll eventually start seeing a lot more sunny patches and everything gets a lot more brighter, especially up the further you go through Scotland. This changes over the course of the day to the point that the Met Office has issued a red weather warning regarding the electrical storm which is brewing over London. People are advised not to leave their homes unless absolutely necessary. The weather in Scotland changes a lot too, changing from the sun that we'll experience to a lot more rain, but this shouldn't last too long. Over the course of tomorrow, things are expected to look a little frostier, so we can expect ice on the roads at some point, which may cause some roads to be pretty dangerous to drive on, but as long as people travel at decent speeds, then we should be alright, really, and that pretty much covers everything. Back to you, Roxy, at the studio.
Well, thanks, Callum. Looks like we won't be needing our sunglasses and there will be no barbecues tonight. So keep your wellies close by and remember, do not go out unless it's necessary. So anyway, that was the Daily Shiz for today. I'd like to thank all our presenters, all our special guests, and that's all from me, Roxy, your presenter, who's been presenting this show for you because I am amazing, the best in the class to present it, because I was nominated by you all. So thank you, goodbye, and here's Logan with his thought of the day.
This is a lost generation. I realise this may be a shock, but happiness comes from within is a lie. So 30 years from now, I'll be telling my children that they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight, because work is more important than family. I tell you this, once upon a time, families stayed together, but this will not be true of my generation. Experts tell me 30 years from now I'll be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not concede that I will be living in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental destruction will be the norm. It will be evident that my peers and I do not care about this earth. It will also be evident that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It is foolish to presume that there is hope. This will all come true unless we choose to reverse it. There is hope. It is foolish to presume that my generation is apathetic and lethargic. It will be evident that my peers and I care about this earth. In the future, environmental destruction will no longer be the norm. I do not concede that 30 years from now I'll be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. Experts tell me this is a quick fix society, but this will not be true of my generation. Families stay together, once upon a time. I tell you this, family is more important than work. My employer will know that I have my priorities straight, because in 30 years I'll be able to tell them that my children, they are not the most important thing in my life. Money will make me happy is a lie, and happiness comes from within. I realise this may be a shock, but we are not a lost generation.
But really, to the movies?
Reports say that they tried to take hold of the wheel after fuck my mom.
That was the lovely Monica Schwartz. Yay.
How?
Fucking pimple!
Hi, and welcome to the Daily Shiz with